Start again, right? Okay, welcome back to e-learning class again, right? So today we're going to study about our U class is grammar, right? See, our grammar speak room from 5 o'clock to 7:30 p.m. Okay, Singha, so what did you study on last week?
We study about subject, verb, and object.
Subject, verb, and object. Are you sure? Okay, then let's see here.
Yes, sure.
Okay, subject, verb, and object. So we have some vocab that teacher have did you on last week, right? So the first one is subject. Teacher have to read for you because we have a short time, right? Subject, you know, subject is a word that refers to a person, a place, or thing, or even a substance or qualified. Example: doctor, tree, party, cold, and beauty, and it's not all noun, right? Okay, verb. What is verb mean? Cây giả sắp, subject và thiến, verb cây giả sắp. Verb is mean that a phrase that you describe an action or condition or experience, right? Okay, so adjective. So what is adjective? Adjective is a word that describe about noun. ណាគុណនាមទៅពេល statement ណា statement យើងអាចឈ្មោះថា sentence ក៏បានដែរ function noun something that someone say or write officially or action that express an opinion បាទ information ព័ត៌មានមានន័យថាម៉េចព័ត៌មាន okay focus about the situation of person event extra the invitation ការអញ្ជើញទូនាទីរបស់ការអញ្ជើញជាគេ function of noun and the act of inviting someone to go to join the event, right? Do you have a wedding party or like a ceremony or something else that you have to invite your friend or we not invite your maybe neighborhood or sibling or something else to join a ceremony? Newspaper ទស្សនាបទណាភាសាសំទុះa general print document consisting of a large sheet of a paper that are full together or a website containing a new report, article, or paragraph, and advertisement, which is a newspaper. Do you read regularly? I mean, do you read regularly about the newspaper? Okay, ទី8 number 8 is match. You know match មានថាការប្រកួតប្រជែងនៅទៅលើទីតាំងកន្លែងប្រកួតប្រជែងដូចជា football match ណាមានតារាងប្រកួតប្រជែងលើបាល់ទាត់ណា The sport a competition មានថាការប្រកួតប្រជែង or an event is two people or two teams មានថាមានមនុស្សពីរនាក់ឬក៏មនុស្សពីរក្រុម compete against each other មានថាប្រកួតបាល់ជា football match cricket match tennis match អីចឹងដែរណា we won or lose the match យើងឈ្នះឬក៏ចាញ់ការប្រកួត okay this is our grammar right that you have already studied on last week so Singhao, can you tell me what is subject? Hello Singhao.
Yes, sure.
What is subject?
I, you, we, they, it.
Yeah, all of them is a subject, but can you tell me about definition of subject? No. Press mic, can you?
No.
Yeah, subject កន្លែងនេះគឺជាអត់ដាក់ object ទេអានេះមានទាំងអស់ you see Let's see វាអត់ឃើញទេដោយសារតែវា copy paste អញ្ចឹង subject នៅក្នុងមេរៀនយើងមិញ closing how
Yeah, sure.
this subject yeah. Subject is a word refer to a person or place or thing example as you tell me about subject pronoun that's one is subject pronoun. Subject pronoun is a subject that we use to replace a direct subject. Like example, your name is Singhao. We use subject pronoun like his to replace your subject, right? Replace your name. They know about the subject pronoun. Subject that you answer with me is a subject pronoun, right? Subject pronoun is a subject that we use to replace a real subject. Like example, you are Singhao. They replace by another subject by use he, she, or it to replace your name, right? You see? Okay, verb. What is verb? Verb is a word or phrase that we use to describe an action. Còn nói bằng what is objective? Objective is is the we call is the receiver an action from the subject. You know the receiver. You mean receive the action or get the action from the subject. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Okay, this is a lesson that you have already explained you about the previous time. What is this? Okay. If you already understand about how to use subject, verb, and objective, right? Previous time, have you already completed the exercise in how with Resme? Hello. Because this week teacher have only reviewed the lesson because last week Saturday teacher teach you about the definition and Sunday teacher have teach you about practice exercise already, right? Hello, that's me.
Yeah, sure.
ចឹងថ្ងៃសៅរ៍ចូលបានបរៀនយមនេះហើយអញ្ចឹងអាទិត្យសប្តាហ៍មុនខ្ញុំបានបរៀនតាក់ទងទៅនឹងហាត់ហើយអញ្ចឹងថ្ងៃនេះខ្ញុំគ្រាន់តែរំលឹកទេតាក់ទងនឹងការប្រើប្រាស់ subject verb and objective how to use verb subject verb and objective, right? So what is verb, what is subject, what is verb, and what is objective? Teacher have explained you already, right? And you have already complete the answer already also, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so that you have to move to the new lesson today, right? So what is our new lesson today that we're going to start? Resme.
Today we start the yes/no question. Are you is he?
Okay, today we're going to study yes/no question. Do you know what does it mean in Khmer about yes/no question? Singhao, are you ready to copy the lesson?
Yes, sure.
Okay, good job. Okay, before teacher start to explain about how to use yes/no question, so I want to tell you first about the vocabulary today first, right? So example, yes, no. Yes, no means that the short answer that we use in the sentence when you reply the question, you reply the question with someone, right? Like, are you, is he, and yeah, extra more. So the first one, teacher want you to look at our new vocab today. The first vocab is subject, the same. So why teacher choose the vocab subject to explain all of you today? So subject is easy, the same, right? Subject is a word that refer to a place or person or thing or an event, sorry, or a thing or event or substance or quality. Example, doctor, tree, party, or extra more, the name, right? Verb. What is verb? Verb is a word or phrase that we use to describe an action or condition or experience. Okay. Question. So what is question mean? សំណួរណាទីមួយ subject ជាប្រធាន verb ជាកិរិយាសព្ទ question ជាសំណួរតែសំណួរមានន័យថាម៉េចសំណួរហ្នឹងតោះ a sentence or phrase that we use to find out information មានថាយើង use the question to ask to find the answer, right? To get the answer. Either function វាជា adverb ផងជា conjunction ផងជា pronoun ផងណា either use to refer a choice between two possibility អញ្ចឹងមានថាគេប្រើ either ហ្នឹងសម្រាប់បញ្ជាក់អំពីចម្លើយដែលមានជម្រើសពីរ See how you have two choice to choose when we use either. You see?
Yes, sure.
That's my. You got it about either. Copy either ហ្នឹងទេ either ហ្នឹង function វាច្រើនណាអាចជា adjective អាចជា adverb អាចជា conjunction ណាអាចជា pronoun ច្រើនមែនតើអញ្ចឹងពី either នៅក្នុងប្រយោគយើងថ្ងៃនេះយើងបកថាយើងអាចនិយាយថាជាជំរើសមួយណា yes ឬក៏ no ព្រោះចម្លើយយើងនៅក្នុង yes no question គឺយើងមានជំរើសពីរ yes ឬក៏ no question right អញ្ចឹងយើងមានពីរជំរើសអញ្ចឹង either នោះគឺជាជំរើសមួយណានៅក្នុង which one is your answer either which will you choose it the next one is because មានន័យថាមូលហេតុដើមហេតុឬក៏មូលហេតុអ្វីមួយ what is because mean is function is adjective to ask about the result យើងចង់ដឹងអំពីមូលហេតុឬក៏ហេតុផលអីមួយយើងអាចឆ្លើយមក so why do you study this មូលហេតុអីបានជាអ្នករៀនភាសាអង់គ្លេស because I want to get the knowledge to improve my skill to make a good communication with the foreigner to study to learn for my new job or whatever that you have a result a reason of the study you can tell them auxiliary verb giving auxiliary verb is a kind of the word that we use to have right to have the like we use in a sentence we call helping verb or auxiliary verb or special verb right មានថាកិរិយាសព្ទពិសេសដែលគេប្រើនៅក្នុងប្រយោគ number 7 language what is mean language ភាសាយើងបកថាភាសា function វាជា noun ដែរ a system of the communication consisting of the sound of word and grammar or the system of the communication but used by the people of particular country or type of word like Chinese speak Singha speak Chinese but teacher can speak only English and Khmer so how do we make a communication we use English because English is the second language that we use to make a communication with the other people right that's why
Yes, sir.
See how
Yes, sure.
okay next one course of a set of class or plan of study not a particular subject sorry on a particular subject usually leading in the exam or qualification you know course ហ្នឹងយើងអាចនិយាយថាមុខវិជ្ជា so now we study about grammar I mean the grammar course what course did you study we study about grammar course we talk about subject right you see មុខវិជ្ជាញ៉ាំមុខវិជ្ជាអីដែលយើងរៀនជំនាញអីផ្នែកអីចឹងណា course តោះណារស្មី okay museum what is museum មានន័យថាភាសាខ្មែរយើងបកថាសារមន្ទីរ function វាជា noun ទូន្ទីវា a building or where a subject of a history called scientific or artistic interesting art of keep អញ្ចឹងមានន័យថា museum គឺជាអគារមួយដែលគេប្រើសម្រាប់គឺជាកន្លែងមួយសម្រាប់ថែរក្សាដូចជាប្រវត្តិសាស្ត្រ material from previous generation គេថាវត្ថុបុរាណ like ប្រភេទដូចជាគំនូរដូចជាថ្មដូចជាអីណា that we used to keep inside there to make a foreigner to see like international museum in Phnom Penh next to the Royal Palace have you ever been there ទីធ្លាប់បានទៅលេងហ្នឹងហ៎ Sing how
Yes, sir.
did you used to been to the museum National Museum in Phnom Penh
No, sir.
but our museum is next to our Royal Palace you can see maybe this month or next month we have a study tour we going to the Royal Palace okay study tour we going to the Royal Palace for our level 4 group 2 you see but I hope you are well prepared also maybe level 5 group 2 also that's me hello that's me
Yes, sir.
4 and 5
Yes, sir.
យើងទៅ Royal Palace ណាយើងចាំណាអាចត្រៀមទៅពីព្រោះថាមកវិញលោកគ្រូអ្នកគ្រូគាត់អាចឲ្យយើងធ្វើជា assignment ឬក៏យើង note something from that place what did you see and what you have to write and note something from that to make a document to answer with the teacher when you come back right one more thing is a
Yes.
certificate you know certificate sing how what is certificate mean certificate is the qualification that you receive when you are successful in the exam you see when you pass the like diploma bachelor ឬក៏ master ឬក៏ PhD or any exam or that you will get it right if you already passed level 3 to study level 4 you have a certificate in level 3 already right you can see និយាយទៅយើងឡើង
Yes, sir.
មក level យើងទទួលបានសញ្ញាបត្រមានថាគេហៅថាវិញ្ញាបនបត្រដែលបញ្ជាក់ការសិក្សារបស់យើងមិនមែនសញ្ញាបត្រទេណាវិញ្ញាបនបត្រហ្នឹងគឺមានន័យថាយើងសិក្សានៅកម្រិតធម្មតាយើងកម្រិតធម្មតាបើបរិញ្ញាបើសិនបើសញ្ញាបត្រគេសម្រាប់ប្រើសម្រាប់យើងរៀននៅរយៈពេលថ្នាក់ដូចជា master ឬក៏ bachelor ឬក៏ PhD អីទៅអាហ្នឹងគេប្រើសញ្ញាបត្រដោយសារវាជាកម្រិតសិក្សាឧត្តមសិក្សាអញ្ចឹងណា this is the high class that we use for in Khmer we call បរិញ្ញាបត្រ but in the for our low level we call certificate you see okay for the next one okay today we're going to study about yes no question so what is our yes no question was talking about you see រស្មីអញ្ចឹងយើងមកមើលសំណួរតាក់ទងទៅនឹង yes no question របស់យើងវិញតើ yes no question របស់យើងនឹងវាតាក់ទងទៅនឹងមេរៀនអីយើងមើលតិចមើល what is the related to for the yes no question a lot yes no question មានច្រើនចឹង like present simple present continuous present perfect continuous គឺសុទ្ធតែមាន yes no question នៅក្នុងនឹងទាំងអស់តន់នេះនៅក្នុងមេរៀនរបស់យើងគឺបញ្ជាក់តែពីរទេ present simple ហើយនិង past simple ទេអញ្ចឹង yes no question នេះគឺយើង focus តែ only two see how you see we focus only 2 points for present simple and past simple that we can use in a question sentence to ask yes no question but we have more and more you can ask about yes no question but we choose only 2 points to show us our class today right you see okay for example number 1 you see here are some yes no question that are hungry you are hungry anh clear you feel hungry you need the food okay so answer the phone ខ្ញុំនឹងទៅឆ្លើយទូរស័ព្ទ did you enjoy the film តើអ្នកឯងបានមើលរឿងហើយសប្បាយចិត្តអត់ we are call them yes no question because the answer is either. Either. Do you know what does it mean either that teacher have just explained you in the first vocabulary, everyone? Let's make mình chơi video thằng mách bị either này. Chăm ấy.
No, sure.
Bây giờ, Sinh Hảo, what does it mean either? Either it means that a two choice that you can choose, right? To break P, yeah. Mean yes, mean no. Mean P, there are two choice that you can choose. The either mean two way, two choice that you can choose. Example, yes. The first one is yeah. The second one is no. Which one that you can choose? Whatever. Okay. Example. Are you hungry? Clear. Do you need the food? Yeah. You can answer yes or no. Up to you. If you want, you say yes, I am. If you don't want, you say no, I'm not. You see, this is two way. You can choose that we use either. That either mean two way that you can choose it. The second part. Any questions you have? Second part is talk about we form yes no question like this. This is the form of yes no question. So what is the yes no question style? Put the verb to be before the subject. This is the general question of a of 10 ấy. That's my ការអីគេនេះមើលមកមាន subject មាន verb មានអីគេមាន adjective នេះអានេះជាទម្រង់របស់អីគេ present simple នេះ you see ទម្រង់របស់ present simple អីគេ subject ដល់ពេលទៅជា question you can write like this to be plus subject plus object. See how do you see this one? Hello.
Yes, sure.
This is the form of simple. Simple present. នេះគឺជាទម្រង់រូបមន្តរបស់បច្ចុប្បន្នកាលធម្មតា form តាមរបស់វាដំបូងគឺអី subject plus verb កន្លែងនេះគឺ verb you see this is a verb but the verb that we use in the sentence we use verb to be you see check that verb you see verb that we use in the sentence is verb to be you see verb to be because this place is a verb but teacher put to be because this is the verb to be that we use in the sentence. Okay, that's the second one. Example, this is the form be plus subject. Are they busy? Busy is an adjective. You see, adjective can be used whatever, but according to the grammar point. But adjective can be stand after verb to be, right? Okay, so that when we make in the question, you can put to be before we move the subject to the after verb to be. Are you sorry? Are they busy? Is he ready? Was she here? Okay, thank you. For the next point in the point 2. The first point is already done. Move to the second point. Okay, or we put the auxiliary verb. You know what is auxiliary verb? Auxiliary verb teacher have already explained in the vocabulary. Auxiliary verb is a vocab or word that we use to have the sentence. This is a special verb. You see, a special verb that it make the question by itself. It's easy. You can see. Example. What is the auxiliary verb that we can be used? Verb, like verb to be. Yeah, you see, to be mean am is are that we use already in this in point 2. In point 2, that the first point. Like have or had, that this is a special verb also. Will and shall. Will and shall we use in the future, but this is a modal auxiliary also, or auxiliary verb. Can, may extra more that we can use example before the subject នឹងយើងអាចប្រើមុន subject auxiliary verb plus subject plus verb you see this is the form of the question example you can see is Mark living question mark have they gone will they win can you sing how can you sing a song hello
No, sure.
okay so explain more on unit 17 you can open unit 17 about auxiliary verb to see more okay because our time too short teacher knows more time to explain you about unit 17 move to point the next point in point 2 the third point in point 2 okay which present simple verb we put the form of do or does there we use do or does in the present simple to make the question example do plus subject plus verb you see do or does this is the helping verb does she work in Paris តាមនាងធ្វើការនៅ Paris ឬ do they live in New York do you play tennis does he like ice cream see how you understand what I mean in this place and that's why យល់អ្វីដែលជើញនិយាយនៅចំណុចនេះអញ្ចឹងគេប្រើ do ហើយនឹង does ដើម្បីបង្កើតទៅជាប្រយោគសំណួរនៅក្នុងទម្រង់ present simple ឬក៏ simple present ហ្នឹងតោះណា note ណាចំណាំដែរនេះគេឲ្យយើងចំណាំ note that we say នៅពេលដែលយើងនិយាយ does she plays tennis យើងអាចនិយាយថា does she play tennis but we cannot use does she plays we not add as because as is wrong in the question sentence we do not add as because it's the wrong form you see how you got what I mean it doesn't have as in the question negative when we use okay the next point with simple with past simple verb ជាមួយនឹងអតីតកាលធម្មតាតើគេប្រើ we put it before the subject ណែ this today simple present and past simple ឬក៏ simple past you see past simple ឬក៏ simple past the same you see we put it before the subject verb ណែ the same simple present but this is a past simple right did he visit Paris did she visit Paris did he go to Siem Reap did go to Spain right yeah of course this is the we use did is the special verb that we use auxiliary verb that we use in the past tense past simple you see this is how to make the sentence and the next one point 3 here are all the form of do question នេះគឺជាទម្រង់មួយចំនួនណា this is the form that we make the question by use the oxy do or does we use only do in here but we can use do or does according to the subject you see okay តោះអូវឌ្ឍនៈទៅបន្តវឌ្ឍនៈទៅមក
Yes, sure.
មកនេះលឿនឡើងយើងសល់មកមួយចំណុចចុងក្រោយគឺចំណុចទី3ណា the third point here are some all the form of do or question like for present simple we use do or that we use do with are you we they we use that with he she it work right we put do before the subject or does before the subject and the last one is verb because do does is the modal auxiliary verb or helping verb that we use to have the sentence to make a question past simple we use did you have to remember again present simple we use do or does past simple we use did to make a question but did we use all with subject in the sentence any questions you have with this point
No, sure.
that's why hello that's why
Yes, sure.
do you have any question
No, sure.
okay តោះឥឡូវយើងទៅ practice exercise យើងបន្តិចបើអត់មានទេវឌ្ឍនៈមកហ្នឹង slow តិចណា you are too late because your class my class is also led also so teacher trong cái lục hạt muối nhé you practice only exercise A តោះ example តោះឥឡូវយើងពេញលំហាត់មួយទៅយើងនៅសល់ពេល3នាទីទៀតយើងចប់ Zoom ណា we will end Zoom for next 3 minutes so now I want you to complete exercise A for our practice តោះ see how example number 0 you are learning a language what is to make the question in this one what do we use in the sentence we use are right so that we put are before the subject and then you put as normally of the sentence the second one is she is thirsty do you make the question is she is she thirsty don't forget question mark it's very important in the sentence question is no question mark is wrong or you see how
Yes, sir.
number 2 see how he can swim well can is a modal of C ឬក៏ special verb that you can use so what do we use in this sentence is a simple sentence how do we use in the simple sentence we use
Is he can swim
oh look at the sentence that's me បើសិនបើ simple sentence ហ្នឹងអត់មាន to be ទេយើងអាចប្រើ to be បានទេយើងត្រូវតែប្រើអីគេមកប្រាស់ do ឬក៏ does ណា he នេះគេប្រើជាមួយ do ឬក៏ does យើងប្រើជាមួយ does ណា does he can swim តោះលើឡើងយើងអស់ម៉ោងហើយ question mark តោះ number 3 they were tired after the match គេអស់កម្លាំងបន្ទាប់ពីពួកគាត់បានប្រឡប់ពួតជែងហើយអញ្ចឹងនៅក្នុងនេះមាន to be នេះជា past tense អញ្ចឹងគេអត់ប្រើ did ទេដោយសារ past tense កន្លែងនេះជាគេប្រើប្រាស់ was ហើយនឹង were you see were they ហើយកន្លែងនេះពាក្យ tired ហ្នឹងគឺ adjective ណាកុំឲ្យច្រឡំគ្នាណាយើងអាចប្រើ adjective after verb to be next question she will return to Mexico អញ្ចឹងយើងត្រូវចាំថាអានេះគឺប្រភេទហ្នឹងគឺយើងដាក់ direct មក will she return to Mexico ភាសាពេលវេលាយើង